Well, not too many of us entered the year 2020 wondering how wearing a mask would affect our skin, but here we are. With more and more mask mandates, a lot of us are not only wearing them more often, but for longer periods of time as well, which is creating a new term for all of us, maskne. So joining us live on Skype this morning to help us navigate this strange new world is Teresa Shaffer. She's a certified nurse practitioner with Advanced Dermatology. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we're glad to do it. So first, let's just explore this idea in general. Why are so many of us breaking out when we're wearing a mask?
Well, a vital part of this pandemic has been the wearing of these masks. And whether it's a cloth mask or a surgical mask, they definitely have become a part of our everyday outfit. And we have been seeing this in people who not only are acne prone from the beginning, but also in people who have never really struggled with breakouts ever before. And no matter what end of the spectrum you're on, it can be very frustrating. And this is happening for a couple of reasons. One being, underneath that mask, our breath creates a hot, humid, sticky environment. And that environment is really close to our skin. And that's the perfect environment where acne-causing bacteria can grow and can flourish. Another reason is something called acne mechanica, which is basically from the friction, the pressure, the rubbing of our mask on our skin. And usually we see this under athletic equipment like shoulder pads or a backpack strap. Anything that can hold moisture and heat close to the skin, like a mask can clog our pores, occlude our hair follicles, even cause rosacea flare-ups as well.
Wow, that's interesting. So does the type of mask matter in terms of, I'm thinking like the material, or are some better than others for helping us out a little bit?
From the skin perspective, sure. You want to make sure your mask is snug but comfortable, and you usually want to wear a material that isn't going to irritate your skin. So maybe stay away from like the polyesters, any rayon material. 100% cotton is recommended mostly by the ADA, so probably something lighter and softer on the skin is best for the skin.
And I've always wondered, does stress play a role in this at all when people have breakouts? Because obviously a whole lot of us are under at least a little bit more stress these days.
Absolutely. We can blame stress on a lot of things. Usually it's more of the friction, the humidity, the rubbing that can cause breakouts or irritation like that. Stress can always add to the matter, sure.
And I mean, you mentioned the humidity and everything, and I just keep thinking, well, it is summertime and it's hot, and we're probably sweating a little bit more. Does that almost compound the situation then, make it even worse, make it even hotter in that mask?
Sure. I mean, because when we're hot, we're sweating. That sweat, that oil, that dirt, it gets trapped in there. So you want to make sure that your mask is clean. I would say to create a rotation of clean masks. The ADA recommends that we wash our masks in hot water with a fragrance-free hypoallergenic laundry detergent, and to make sure that that mask is fully dried before we put it back on our face.
Yeah, very good advice for sure. So what else can we do about it when we do have these breakouts then? And when do we know when we should maybe go visit a dermatologist as opposed to something over the counter that we can kind of take care of ourselves?
Absolutely. So you want to just adopt a very simple, gentle skincare routine. Make sure your face is clean, so any mild fragrance-free cleanser followed up by a good moisturizer. Moisturizers that contain ceramides or hyaluronic acids provide a great drink of hydration for our skin, as well as they'll create a small barrier for our skin and for the mask. Also want to make sure, and this is big for the ladies, skip the makeup. Personally at work, I've been skipping it because I do have sensitive skin, but if makeup has to be worn, just make sure you're choosing a oil-free or non-comedogenic product, because those will clog our pores less.
All right. Hey, if anybody wants to reach out to you guys, where can they find your office?
Yeah, so we are at 987 Boardman Canfield Road here in Boardman. We have practitioners who would love to create a treatment routine that would help anybody who isn't getting any relief by doing anything over the counter. And you can reach us at 330-965-8760.
All right, great information this morning. I never thought that I would be having a conversation about mask-related acne, but like I said earlier, I mean, this is just the world we live in. Thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, we're glad to do it. All right, well, keep it here. We have more coming up after the break. If you're struggling with sneezing and those familiar summer allergies, Dr. Farmer will be with us to have some tips on help you find some relief from what's been going on.